Masechet Pessachim, Tzadik Bet, Amoud Aleph, about a little bit lower than the middle of the page. First one line is Kiporesh Min HaKever, Amar Rava. Amar Rava, Aren Hazaa Izman Himidu Divrehen Bikom Karetz. You know that if a person didn't do Korban Pesach, the punishment is a karet. And even though there's sometimes a gzera de Rabbanan that will prevent you from doing the Korban Pesach, Chachamim still said, we're not letting you do it. What are those? Arel, Hazaa, and Izman. Himidu divrehem bimkom karet. We still don't let you do it for an Arel, Hazaa, and Izman. Onen, now three things, even though there's a Rabbanan, we waive the Rabbanan and we let you do the Korban Pesach. And we will explain all of them what they are. What are they? And what are these? Onen, umetzora, ubeta pras. Lo imidu divrenu mikom karet. So just to review this, Amar Rava, Aren, a person who has no circumcision, meaning a convert. Hazaa, a person that is tameh, we need to sprinkle on him water to make him tahor. The Izman, and bringing the knife to the Brit Milah for the baby, Himidu divren bimkom karet. We don't let you do the Korban Pesach, even if you're going to have a karet. You don't want to have a real karet because you're anus, but still, even though it's such a big mitzvah to do the Korban Pesach, we still don't let you do it for those things. We're going to explain what those things one by one there are. And three things, onen, a person that is the first day of mourning, onen, mitzorah, a person that is mitzorah, he can't go to the Beit Mikdash because he's a leopard, he can't go into the Korban Pesach. Ubeta pras, when a person walks in a field where there was a tomb that was grinded up, and we plowed the place, and there was a grave, and now the dead bones are all over the place. Lo imidu divren bimkom karet. So what are these? It means we waive the Isur Rabbanan, and you're allowed to do the Korban Pesach. We're going to say one by one what they are. Aren hadamran. Like we said before yesterday's daf, that if there is a convert. Now, the convert, he goes to the mikveh in the day. Imagine today's Korban Pesach. It starts at 12 p.m. at the Beit Mikdash. The convert goes to the Beit Di today. He comes out. What was in the water comes out. He's Jewish. He's completely Jewish. We don't let him do Korban Pesach. You know why? Because very possibly, before he went to the conversion, I'm giving an example. He went to the cemetery. He went to the kever of the tzaddik. So he went to Tosh and he prayed that he's going to be a good Jew. And now he goes to the Beit Din, goes to the mikveh. So what's the halacha? Nothing. He didn't get tumah when he went to the kvarim because he's a goy. A goy doesn't get tumah. A Jew gets tumah. So really he's allowed to go to Beit Mikdash, do Korban Pesach with no problems. The thing is, if we let him do it, then next year he's going to go in again to Tosh. He's going to go through the cemetery. And then he's going to come and he's going to go to, he says, Korban Pesach. No, I went to the mikveh already. He says, he doesn't know. You need 7 days. If you went to the cemetery, you can't go into Beit Mikdash for 7 days. You need to sprinkle the water and mechatat on day 3 and day 7. You can't do it. He said, no, last year I went to the cemetery. Last year I went to the mikveh. Last year I'm the Korban Pesach, and he's going to do his own Korban Pesach. So we put a gzera de Rabbanan on him that he's not allowed to do a Korban Pesach.
But if it's a Jew that is Ared,
no problem. Ared, that's what
it's written Ared.
After he did the brit. You're right. Arel after he did the brit. When we say Arel, Ared Perush, we took off the Orla. He took off today the Orla. Pshat, he was a goy. You know, a goy needs two things. He needs three things. He needs to take off the foreskin. He needs to mikabel mitzvot. You accept all the mitzvot, and he needs to go in the water. These three things. So we're talking about you took ared pshat. You took off the orla. So he took off the orla, and now is he allowed to?
Not doing it after the mikveh.
No, before. It's a machloket. Some say you have to do it. The last thing has to be the mikveh, and some say it works afterwards. So it's a machloket, but really the halacha is it should be the brit should be before, and then it should be the mikveh. Yes, the last step is the.
But he's doing a brit when he's not Jewish.
It's okay. It doesn't have a. They can't have the foreskin. I hear what you're saying. It's yesh la'ayin visit. So either way, what do? We tell him, sorry, Mr. Convert, you can't go to the. You can't do Korban Pesach. Second, hazaa. We don't sprinkle the water on the guy that's tameh on Shabbat. De'amar ma hazat shvutu ve'eno dochet Shabbat. Imagine the guy is now day 7. He was tamemet. He went to he did everything. Now we just need to sprinkle on him the water, and he's going to go to the Beit Mikdash on Shabbat. It's Shabbat now. Because you're allowed to do it on, if today, for example, today is what? Monday? Today's Tuesday? Today, Tuesday. If the guy is Tamimet, he goes to the Beit HaMikdash in the morning, we purify him with the Mechatat, and then he does Korban Pesach, no problem. But what about if it's Shabbos? Is there any problem to sprinkle water on you to make you a Tahor on Shabbat? There's actually no problem. The Chachamim say you're not allowed to. Because it looks like Mitaken Gavra. It looks like it's Gzera de Rabbanan that you might make something. For example, if you got an IGA table and the legs are not attached, and you go ahead and attach the legs on Shabbat, you just did an Avera of building a table. You're not allowed to do that. So since it was not usable for, it's usable for, that's the same reason why you can't take a cup and put it in the mikveh on Shabbat. What's the big deal? Because you can't use it, now you can use it looks like boneh. You mitaken the person. The guy wasn't unable, now he's able to. We don't let you sprinkle on Shabbat. So if Erev Pesach, the 14th of Nisan, would be Shabbat, we don't let you do Korban Pesach. Too bad for you. It's only the Rabbanan. Sorry, we're not going to let you. That's the second one. The third one, Izman. Did you know that if a person has a child and he didn't do the Brit Milah to his child, you're not allowed, Di Rabbanan, to do Korban Pesach. The Rabbanan Doraita, I'm not sure. It could be even Doraita. I didn't know this. It's a Chiddush for me.
You mean
a father.
Yes.
A father, that's what seems to me. The father did not circumcise his child.
On purpose or because the kid should not be circumcised?
On purpose. Like, meaning he's schlepping it, he's waiting, he's not... that's what it seems to be. He can't do the Korban Pesach. We say, you have to circumcise your child. The mitzvah is on the father, exactly. The mitzvah is on the father. So the same way a person that has no circumcision can't eat Korban Pesach, like Natan said before, will also, if you have a child, who has the mitzvah of the child? The father. Right. Until bar mitzvah, it's not really his obligation. So the father that didn't do the mitzvah milah, it's like he's an aren. He can't do Korban Pesach. Now what about the baby's in the house, the baby's in the shul, and we don't have the knife? What do we do? Well, if you want to bring it through the carry, which is Reshut Rabim, for sure you can't. But what if I want to bring it on the roofs, in the backyards? It's all Derabanan. Don't forget, like we said, learned in Masechet Deruvim, there is Reshut Rabim. That's you're for sure not allowed to carry. There's Reshut Yachid, which you're allowed to carry. And then there's Karmelit, all these half places, quasi places. Is it Rabim? It's not Rabim. It's not big enough, but it's a little bit public, it's a little bit private. It's only the Rabbanan. Look what it says here. Keshem she'en mivin detanya, izman detanya. Keshem she'en mivin oto derech Reshut Rabim. You can't bring the knife in the carry, Reshut Rabim. Kach en mivin oto derech gagot, derech chatzirot, derech kabriyot. You can't bring it in enclosures, roofs, backyards. You're not allowed to bring the knife.
Even if it's the Rabbanan?
It's only the Rabbanan. And you're going to miss the Korban. You can't do it on Shabbat. And you're going to miss the Korban Pesach. If you don't give the kid the Milah today, on Shabbat we're talking about, and then today we have to do Korban Pesach. Too bad for you. You had to do it yesterday. You should have brought the knife yesterday. You could have done it yesterday. You didn't do it. We don't let you. Even though the Rabbanan, no Korban Pesach. Onen. Now that was the things we said we're not allowed. Now there's certain things that you are allowed. What is the halakha? An onen is a person that lost a family member the first day. The halakha, like we said yesterday, is the first until the nightfall. Doesn't matter how many hours it is. He's onen doraita ad shkia.
Even if you bury him.
No. After even if you bury him. First day, even if you bury him, there's no tefillin, there's no nothing. First day, no mitzvot. Now you're right, Shal. It seems to say that we say brachot and afterwards. I need a birur on this. I don't have it. But let's say you didn't bury him for sure. The first hours is for sure called onen. There's no Korban Pesach. There's nothing. Forget about him. But Korban Pesach is at night. And the night is also onen de Rabbanan. It's also a rabbinical. We put an onen at night de Rabbanan. After the day and the night, for sure there's nothing. But what do we do on that night? Do we shech for him in the day? Even at tonight, he's going to be allowed to eat Korban Pesach, or maybe not. We let him. We waive the Sud Rabbanan of the onen at night to allow him to do Korban Pesach. That we said yesterday. Hadamran mitzora mahi. Now, what is a mitzora? Important to know the halachot of mitzora. Mitzora the halacha is as follows: 7 days he is tameh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. On day 7 he goes to mikveh, even before the nightfall. That's called.
They inspect the house also.
Is the Gemara for you? Yeah, but that's mitzvah if it's on the house. Tzarat and das. But we're talking about on the body. So now if you have a tzarat. Okay, so mitzorah, what is the halakha? 7 days is impure. 7th day he goes to mikveh. He's called Tvul Yom. He went to the mikveh in the day, but he's only really valid until the night. Okay? Second thing is the next day he needs to bring a korban. So again, Rabbi Natan, what's the halakha of Metzorah? 7 days tameh. 8th day he has to bring a kapara, which is a korban. Now, by the way, when the Metzorah can't go into the Machane Shechina, and I'll explain. There are two parts of the Beit HaMikdash. There's Har HaBayit, and there is the Azara itself. So certain levels of Tumah are allowed to go certain places. If you're pure, go wherever you want. If you are Metzorah, you need to leave the Azara, but you're allowed to stay in the Har HaBayit. Har HaBayit is outside the Azara. And
It's called the
Chen. And even one of the entrances, we had last week a discussion, how much is called the Beit HaMikdash? Let's say, sometimes you have a very thick entrance. Sometimes you could have like big walls, like a wall, like huge. This whole thing could be an entrance. This whole wall could be the entrance to the Beit HaMikdash. Could be a shah, right? So is this inside the Beit HaMikdash or outside? Let's say where the office over here is, that's where you go into the Beit HaMikdash. But this room, that it's the entrance. Out here is outside. This, is it Beit HaMikdash or not? Is it the Azara or not? Yes, except for one of the entrances, Sham Nikano, which Chachamim did not sanctify it. When they were Mekadesh the Beit HaMikdash, they said that this entrance is not called the Beit HaMikdash. Why? For the Metzorah. Because the Metzorah has a problem. He has to bring a Korban, and the Korban has to be sprinkled on his ears and on his thumbs. Do you know that? We need to sprinkle on him the blood, but he can't come inside the Beit HaMikdash. So what do? So we let him come all the way to the entrance. We even let him put his fingers in, because we say Miksat Knisa is not called Sinah. Going in a little bit is not called anything. He puts his fingers in, they sprinkle the blood on him, and he's good to go. That's a regular Metzorah. But now, that's one thing. There's something called a Balkeri. A Balkeri, person who had seminal mission. If a person went with his wife, he can't go that day to the Beit HaMikdash. You have to go to the mikveh and wait till the night. And not only can he go to the Beit HaMikdash, he is even not allowed to go in the outer area. He's not allowed to go in Har HaBayit in the Chen. He's not allowed to be there. He has to be just in Jerusalem. So the Balkeri has to wait. That's why you see over here there's a lot of minyanim of like going to mikveh every day and being pure. So you go to the mikveh and then you got to wait till the night till they come in. So what do we do with this guy? He's in big trouble, this Metzorah. So imagine a Metzorah that did his 7 days. He went to the mikveh at night, and the next day he has a keri. He has a zera by accident. So what does he do? He can't bring his kapara Metzorah. Because the Metzorah is allowed to come up to here, but he's a keri, he can't come to here. So what do? And he's a tul yom. He went to the mikveh. So what do? He's only allowed to come at night. So what do? He's supposed to come at night, by the way. So let's read this together. Metzorah, it says over here, Metzorah, Shechan Shmini Shelo Be'erev Pesach. So his 8th day is the 14th of Nisan. Ve'ra'a keri, and he has a zera. Bo bayom. What does he do? Bo bayom on that day. Tovel ve'ochel, and he goes to the mikveh, and he comes in on the 8th day, even he's not allowed, and he comes and he sprinkles the blood on him, so that he gets the kapara, even though he wasn't allowed to go in. You know why? The Amru Chachamim, Afal pi shetvul yom eno nichnas, ze nichnas. Even though a guy who went to the mikveh, because the Baal Keri for sure he can't go in until the night. He's a tvul yom. He has to wait till the night. But after he went to the mikveh, actually, we're going to see over here, it's only the Rabbanan. Before going to the mikveh, doraita. But after the mikveh, the Baal Keri is allowed to come in. But Chachamim put a gzera on him. Here we're going to take away the gzera so he can come and do the Korban Pesach. That's what's here. Amru Chachamim, Afal pi shetvul yom eno nichnas, ze nichnas. Mutav yavo aseh. It's better that he should do the mitzvah of eating Korban Pesach. And if he doesn't do it, he's going to have a karet. And he should push away the aseh of not going in, because according to it's a makloket. According to this opinion, it's a mitzvah aseh not to go in. But I have an aseh to eat it, Korban Pesach. And this aseh, I'm not going to eat it. This aseh is just an aseh regular. This aseh is an aseh with a karet. So go over. Don't do the mitzvah aseh where you're going to go into Jerusalem and go into the Har HaBayit, you're allowed to, and eat the Korban Pesach, because otherwise you get a karet. But there is opinion of Rabbi Yochanan, but says, B'amar Rabbi Yochanan, Dvar Torah, he explains even more. Afilu aseh enbo. It's not even a real aseh. The fact that the Baal Keri can't come into the Har HaBayit, that's only the Rabbanan. How do we know? Shenemar v'yamod Yeshafat b'kad Yehuda. Yeshafat, one of the kings, who's staying over there, Yerushalayim, b'beit Hashem. He was in the Beit HaMikdash, lifnei hechatzer, in front of the Chatzeret Beit Mikdash, achadasha, the new one. Now, what does that mean? He was here after the Beit Mikdash was long built. Mai chatzer chadasha shechadshu bo davar ve'amru tvul yom lo yikanes ben machane Leviya. So really, he needs to say that it was a dvar chadash, a new gzera. All this was only derabanan. So we push away the derabanan for the mitzvah to eat the korban pesach. Just to review this one. Here's a case where Chachamim in general put on a gzera derabanan, and we cancel it for the korban pesach. What is the gzera derabanan? There was a person called a tvul yom. A tvul yom that had a keri. He had a zera. He's not allowed to go into the outer place, which is called Machane Leviya. He has to stay only in Jerusalem. So you have the inner circle, the outer one, and the extreme outer one. He is to stay in level 3. He can't go in level 2. That's the Rabbanan. The problem is, if this guy's a Metzora on day 8, and you don't let him come into Jerusalem, into the Harabait, he can't go to do his kapara for his Metzora to eat his Korban Pesach. So we take away the Isur. That means a Bar Keri really is not allowed to go into Beit Mikdash. But we put a gzera on him that we can't go into the Harabait. We let him go into the Harabait. Even though you're Bar Keri, after you went to mikveh, put your thumbs in, get the blood on it, then you're clean from the Metzora, and then you can do it tomorrow, the Korban Pesach. That's the last one more.
That's when he has one re'iyah, right?
This is not a zav, this is a bar keri. There's not to be confused. There is keri where a person is like for intercourse, for bira, for having children. That's zera. And then there's a zav is actually the person is not aroused. He doesn't have an erection. It's just coming out of his gid with nothing. It's like liquid that's coming out, not from arousal, not from intimacy or like arousal. Okay. So the last one is bet pras. So the last one we said bet pras. What does that mean? Ditnan b'shavin bet shamai ubet ilen shebotkin leose pesach ben botkin leochel truma. I'll explain what we're talking about. You have a bet pras. A bet pras is a place where there was a grave, and by accident people came and they plowed that field. You know, you can plow a field. So imagine they take a tractor, we're going to put over your farm, and there is, when you put a farm here, there was the grave over here. In COVID, they buried a person, the Holocaust, they buried a person. What do you do? There's a dead corpse over here. Now you have a big problem. What's the problem? Now we don't know where the corpse is anymore. We don't know where the body is. Now the halachot for becoming tameh, for a person that wants to do Korban Pesach, or a Kohen that wants to eat Truma, because don't forget, to do Korban Pesach, you have to be pure. To eat Truma, you have to be pure. Now what's the halakha? If you a kever is mitameh just by being on top of it. So even if you're the Kohanim, even when they fly on top of cemeteries, it's from the Elal has to go around the Jewish cemeteries, not to be on top of the cemetery, because the Tumah is bokeh ad hashamayim.
They put a bag.
Where? On them?
Yeah, in the plane.
And
So it's a keli that it's not.
they go inside a bag.
Yeah.
Wow.
הם שמים שקית זבל ענקית על כל הגוף וסוגרים.
אתה ראית?
les religieux, j'ai vu ça, oui, j'ai vu ça. They
Kohanim.
sell garbage bags.
הגוף של מי?
When they go over, they sell in garbage bags.
ראית?
Yeah.
של המת?
Okay, let's explain what he's talking about.
No, because back in the days, there's planks on the animals to go over the
בוקעת עד הרקיע.
אוקיי, אז מה...
אז אם הם עוברים עם המטוס מעל הבית דברות,
מקבל
אז הם
טומאה.
מקבלים טומאה.
כן,
אז
בסדר.
אם הם בתוך כלי, בתוך קופסה, אתה לא, אבל לא יודע למה המטוס הוא לא קופסה.
כן, זו השאלה.
Because it's maybe too big. If it's too big, so it doesn't
It's
look
tefach.
Okay,
It's
anyways,
tefach in
so now, what about if it's not really a full body? If it's a full skeleton, it's mitameh even going on top of it. If it's little pieces of bones, it's not mitameh by going on top of it. It's mitameh only if you move it. Meaning, if it's underground and you walk on it, a bone will not make you tameh. If it's a skeleton, or 51% of the skeleton will make you tameh. However, there's what's called tumat heset. If you move the bone, if you kick it, then you become tameh. So now we're scared that the guy plowed the field over here. There's maybe little, like the guy went with his tractor with his bulls or whatever. There's little bones over all the place. So this guy's gonna have to walk through this place to get to Jerusalem to Korban Pesach. He gets to a place and we tell him 100 amot. All this is tameh. He's on the street. He's going to Jerusalem. Says, sorry, we have a roadblock over here. What happened? Beta pras. What's beta pras? Pras is lashon broken, and bet is a size that we make this whole place safek tameh, that you can't walk over here if you're going to. If you want, you're not going to do Korban Pesach. Do whatever you want. But if you're going to do Korban Pesach, you're going to come. If you're going to eat truma, you're going to come tameh. So what do? We make the whole area tameh, and do we allow you to go there? Well, it says like this. Yes, you're allowed to. Botkin noseh Pesach ben botkin nochel truma. You are allowed to go through it slowly and check the place slowly for Korban Pesach. Because Korban Pesach, you don't have time to go around the city. Sorry, you're going to go around here. But what's over here? It's a river, and you got to go around. It's going to take me a day to go around here. What do you want me to do? Sorry. For Truma, I'm hungry. I want to go eat Truma, and Truma is a mitzvah. Sorry, you're going to go around. Korban Pesach, we let you go through, but you got to check it. You got to go slow. And today, what it would be is no, you can't go Nama. You would take the blow pack, like with the leaves. You would go like that, and you would continue you would walk through with that, and you would spread out all the things that if you would have a bone over there, you wouldn't step on it. That is modern day times. See how easy things are? But look how we would have to be in the time of the Gemara. You can do this. You're not allowed for Juma. My botkin, how do you see it for Pesach? Listen well. Amar Rav Yehuda, Amar Shmuel, menapeach bet apras. You get on your knees and you blow. You're on the knees blowing, a little speck of bone, a little dust, and you walk through the whole 100 amot like this. I said it easy. I didn't want to scare you, so I said you take the thing like this. That's what's good today. Huh? Advancements in the halakha, it would be allowed to do that. But in that time, what are you going to do? Or if you want, you can take like a fan and you can do like this. But what are you going to do? You want to get through here? That's what you have to do. However, that's only if you're the first guy there. But if all the goyim and everybody are walking through, then you're okay. For sure, it was kicked away. Sometimes you're walking in the winter and it snowed and you got to get from the street to the sidewalk. You're gonna put your foot in there. You're gonna get salt and mud but like the slush. When it's I went to somewhere last week. It was a little bit warm out, so everything melted. It was all mud, like the brown slush. And from the sidewalk to the street,
Une rivière.
The salt stains on the fence. Who wants that salt stain? That's the I don't. Doesn't bother me the snow, but that salt stain. It doesn't come off. You know what used to take it off? Vinegar. Yeah, vinegar.
Hot water vinegar.
But it's a schlep. So the snow also. So you look at a place wherever the people did the work also. Where somebody, 10 people, they walked 30 through, so they got dirty, so you walk over there. Same thing over here. If the Beta Pras is tameh, and you're the first guy, sorry, you're going to get on your knees. But if a lot of people walk by because they don't care about Tuma, so once it was nidash, people walk through it and they walk through it, so you have no problem. Walk in the path that people walked. If everybody walked here already, if it's like a common place, you don't have to be scared. If there was a bone, somebody kicked it away, so you don't have to worry about that.
But if there's a bone left and you step on it,
then it's tameh, but we don't have to assume that.
Even if people walked on it.
Yes, but we're assuming it's gone. We're assuming that the bone is gone.
Why would the bone bother someone else, a goalie, for him?
Not bothering. It's just that a lot of people walking automatically will kick it. Imagine Uman going down to the Tashlich, and the little bones over there. Believe me, people whether they care or not, they're going to kick it. It's going to be moved. It's not going to be there. So here's the Dirabanan. On the Truma, we put him at Dirabanan. Let the guy go down and blow it also. No, Dirabanan, we don't let you. Here we let you for the Korban Pesach. Adran alach ha'isha. Chavirim, we just finished another perek. We're going to do a little bit more than Mishnah. We have now a very small perek of about 5, 6, 7 pages, which is very interesting also, which is all the Pesach Sheni, like who does Pesach Sheni, and then we're going into really Arei Pessachim, which is the most interesting perek in terms of practical. It's all the halachot of the Seder, which is coming up soon. Believe it or not, we're going to be starting, we have another 8 pages now, so it's about 16 days. And then in 16 days from now, which is going to be around
Tu B'Shvat.
Tu B'Shvat, we're going to have 20 pages, 40 days to do all the halachot of the Seder, finishing right by Aleph Nisan. So you're going to be so well prepared for the Seder, so it's really worth it to be here. Let's just do the Mishnah. It's not hard. Misha ya tameh u'b'derech hukah. So if a person was, I just want to do the Mishnah in 2 lines. It's very short. So somebody who was tameh u'b'derech hukah. Somebody who was tameh. So now he's tameh. He's not pure, and he can't do Korban Pesach. Or he's in Florida, or he's far. He's in Tiberia. He got stuck over there. Lo asa et harishon. He didn't do Pesach Rishon. Yaset Sheni. What does he do? Pesach Sheni. No problem. Or shagag or nenas. If he was shogeg, if he was accidental, or nenas. There's 2 types. Shogeg. Nenas is really out of your control. Hurricane. Shogeg is you were a little bit negligent, but you're still not your fault. Those 2 people, velo asad rishon, yaset hasheni. he does Pesach Sheni. The Gemara doesn't understand what this means. What did you just tell me? If you're tameh, or if you're far away, that sounds like you're shogeg and ones. Or if you're shogeg or ones, you don't have to do koma. You can do Pesach Sheni. The Gemara says, "Im ken nama namar tameh or she'av derech chokah." So why do you have to tell me tameh or derech chokah? The Gemara says, "She'eru pturim mikaret ve'eru chayim mikaret." We want to show you what type of ptur is patur mikaret. These ones are patur from doing a karet. Other ones will have a karet. Meaning there are certain cases the Gemara seemingly is going to discuss when you're patur. These guys are patur from karet, and other people would get a karet. The Gemara just says very quickly, Itma. Now let's say the guy is far away. He's in Haifa, but he calls his friend, Yoni, do me a favor. Do me Korban Pesach. So Itma. Rav Nachman Amar, Utza. Rav Nachman says it's good. Rav Sheshan Amar, no Utza. Rav Sheshan says no, it doesn't work. Rav Nachman Arutza, Michasu Dichas Rachamanav, Viavit, Avodah Bracha. So when the Torah says that you do Pesach Sheni, we have pity on you, meaning we're being lenient on you. If you're in Tiberia, okay, we'll let you do Pesach Sheni. But if you want to do it, you want to rush. By the way, it's going to seem to be that you have to rush to Jerusalem. So you're not there for the time of the shechting, but I'm on my way. I'm in the car. I'm going to be there 20 minutes before Shkia. Shech me the Korban Pesach. You're good. So you do it, and now we don't force you to do that. That's the way that Rav Sheshet sees it. Rav Sheshet says we don't force you to do that. Just the Torah says if you're not able to rush, so you do it next month. But if you want to come do it, sure you get a blessing. Why not? Rav Sheshet says that doesn't work. No, when you're far away, we push you away the like you're tameh. You're not allowed to do it today. It's like you're canceled for today, and you do it next month. So the guy who is a tameh cannot do it today. It's impossible. But the guy who's far, and he couldn't make it with the skin of his teeth, is he allowed or he's not allowed? Rav Sheshet is allowed. And Rav Nachman says he's actually not allowed. Once you're too far to make it for the Korban Pesach,
it invalidates you.
Rav Nachman, yeah. So Rav Nachman says good. Rav Sheshet is not good. Meaning,
what is he going to do with the achila? He cannot eat.
He'll eat it. He's going to make it. Meaning, are you allowed to make somebody a shaliach? You're not here in Jerusalem, and are you going to make it on time? Are you allowed to do it, or do you have to be there for the shechita? Rav Nachman says yes, you're allowed, and Rav Sheshet says you're not allowed. If you're not there, see tomorrow how it goes.
And do we assume